Hello, my dear English learners. Welcome back to Daily English Learn. I'm Eva.
And I'm Mark. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Mark, I want to ask you something. When you speak English, do you ever feel like your brain is working too hard? Like you're constantly searching for words, pausing mid-sentence, or feeling unsure about what to say next?
Oh, absolutely. I think every English learner goes through that phase. It's like your mind is doing two jobs at once. You're thinking in your mother tongue, then quickly converting it into English before you speak. It's exhausting.
Exactly. And that's the problem we're solving today. By the end of this episode, you'll understand why your brain feels so tired when you speak English, and more importantly, you'll learn a practical mental habit that will make speaking English feel easier, faster, and more natural.
That's right. Today we're talking about something that changed my entire English-speaking experience. It's called direct English thinking. And trust me, once you start doing this, you'll notice the difference within days.
So let's start with the real issue. Most learners spend years studying grammar, memorizing vocabulary, and practicing pronunciation, but they still struggle to speak fluently in real conversations. Why? Because they're still translating.
Right. Imagine this. You're at a cafe. The waiter asks you a simple question like, "Would you like milk in your coffee?" Now, in your head, you hear that question in your own language first. Then you think of the answer in your language. Then you translate it back to English. And by the time you say, "Yes, please," there's already been a long pause.
And that pause makes you feel nervous. You start doubting yourself, you wonder if your English sounds correct, and then speaking becomes stressful instead of natural.
Exactly. But here's the good news. You don't have to translate anymore. You can train your brain to think directly in English. And when that happens, speaking becomes automatic. You don't pause, you don't overthink, you just speak.
So, the question is, how do we start thinking in English without translating? Well, the secret is simple. You have to make English part of your internal voice. Right now, your internal voice, the voice inside your head, probably speaks in your native language. We're going to change that.
Let me give you the first practical step. Start describing your surroundings in English silently. Right now, wherever you are, look around. What do you see?
Maybe you see a table. Say it silently in your mind. I see a table. Maybe there's a cup. There's a cup on the table. Maybe the room is quiet. The room is quiet right now.
Notice something important here. These are not difficult sentences. They're simple, they're short, and they're real. You're not memorizing grammar rules. You're simply describing what's true in the moment.
This is how children learn language, Mark. They don't translate. They connect words directly to things they see, hear, and feel.
Exactly. And you can do the same thing as an adult learner. The key is repetition and consistency. If you do this every single day, your brain will start to prefer English. It will become your thinking language.
Now, let's talk about another powerful habit. Start talking to yourself in English, out loud or silently. I know it sounds a little funny, but it works.
I used to do this all the time. When I was alone at home, I would narrate my actions in English. For example, I would say, "I'm making tea. I'm boiling water. Now I'm pouring the water into the cup. The tea smells good."
That's perfect, Mark, because you're not just thinking anymore. You're actually forming sentences, you're practicing pronunciation, and you're building confidence.
And the best part? There's no one judging you. You can make mistakes. You can pause. You can repeat the same sentence 5 times until it sounds right. It's your personal English practice session.
Now, some learners might ask, but Eva, I don't know enough words yet. How can I think in English if my vocabulary is limited?
That's a great question. And here's the answer. You don't need a big vocabulary to start thinking in English. You just need to use the words you already know.
Let's say you only know basic words like happy, tired, hungry, hot, and cold. That's fine. Use them. When you wake up in the morning, think, I feel tired. When you eat breakfast, think, This tastes good. When you step outside, think, it's hot today.
These are tiny sentences, but they're building a mental habit. Over time, as you learn more words, your thoughts will naturally become longer and more detailed.
Exactly. And here's another tip. Stop worrying about grammar when you're thinking in English. I know that sounds strange, but listen carefully. Grammar is important when you write or when you speak formally, but when you're thinking, grammar mistakes don't matter.
Right. The goal is to make English feel comfortable in your mind first. Once you're comfortable thinking in English, speaking will follow naturally. And as you speak more, your grammar will improve automatically.
Let me share a real-life example. I had a student named Priya. She studied English grammar for 5 years. She could write perfect sentences on paper, but when she tried to speak, she would freeze. Why? Because she was thinking in Hindi, translating into English, and then checking her grammar mentally before speaking.
That's too many steps. No wonder she felt stuck.
Exactly. So I gave her one simple task. I told her, for the next 2 weeks, don't speak English to anyone. Just think in English. Describe your day in your mind. Talk to yourself silently in English while cooking, while traveling, while watching TV.
And what happened?
After 2 weeks, she came back and said, Ava, something changed. I'm not translating anymore. When I speak now, the words just come. That's the power of mental practice.
That's amazing. And I want to add something here. If you're someone who loves using your phone, use it to help you think in English.
Oh, that's a smart idea. How?
Change the language settings on your phone to English. Suddenly, every notification, every menu, every app is in English. You're forced to read and understand English constantly throughout the day.
I love that. It's like creating a mini English environment in your pocket. You don't have to travel to an English-speaking country. You can bring English into your daily life right now.
Exactly. And here's another small trick. When you're scrolling through social media, try reading the posts in English, even silently. If you see a picture, describe it in your mind in English. This is a beautiful sunset. The sky is orange and pink.
Yes, and you can do the same thing while watching TV or movies. Don't just read the subtitles. Listen to the English words. Repeat short sentences in your mind. Try to understand without translating.
Now, I know some learners might feel frustrated because they think, I've been learning English for years, but I still translate in my head. Why is it so hard to stop?
That's a very honest question, Mark, and the answer is simple. Translating is a habit, and like any habit, it takes time and effort to change. You won't stop translating overnight, but if you practice thinking in English every single day, even for just 10 minutes, your brain will slowly start to shift.
Think of it like this. Right now, translating is the default mode for your brain, but we're creating a new mode, and the more you use the new mode, the stronger it becomes. Eventually, English thinking will feel more natural than translating.
And let me tell you something important. Even native English speakers don't think in perfect grammar. They think in phrases, in incomplete sentences, in feelings and ideas. So don't put pressure on yourself to think in perfect English. Just think in simple, honest English.
Absolutely. Let's practice this right now together. I'll give you a situation, and you can think about it in English silently. Ready?
Yes, go ahead, Mark.
Imagine you're sitting in a park. The weather is nice. There are children playing nearby. You can hear birds singing. A dog runs past you. Now, in your mind, describe what you see and feel in English. Use simple sentences.
Great exercise. For example, you might think, I am in the park. The weather is nice. I hear birds. I see children. A dog is running. I feel relaxed.
Perfect. See how simple that is? You don't need complex words. You just need to express what's real.
And if you do this kind of mental practice every day, your brain will start to prefer English. You'll notice that when someone asks you a question in English, you won't translate it first. You'll just understand it, and you'll respond naturally.
That's the goal, and that's what fluency really means. Fluency doesn't mean speaking perfectly. It means speaking without hesitation, without fear, without that long mental translation process.
Exactly. And I want to remind all of you listening, you don't need to be in an English-speaking country to become fluent. You don't need to spend money on expensive courses. You just need to change the way you use your mind.
Right. Make English your mental companion. Talk to yourself. Describe your life. Express your feelings. Do it in English even if no one else hears it.
And here's something really beautiful. Once you start thinking in English, you'll also start dreaming in English. Yes, your dreams will have English conversations. And when that happens, you'll know your brain has truly accepted English as a natural language.
That's such a wonderful moment. I still remember the first time I dreamed in English. I woke up and thought, wow, I didn't even realize I was speaking English in my dream. It just happened.
That's the ultimate sign of progress, Mark. And every one of you can reach that level. It just takes patience, practice, and a little bit of courage to change your mental habits.
So here's what I want you to do starting today. Pick one small habit from this episode. Maybe it's describing your surroundings in English for 5 minutes every morning. Maybe it's talking to yourself while cooking. Maybe it's changing your phone settings to English.
Choose one habit. Do it every day for the next 2 weeks. Don't worry about being perfect. Just be consistent. And I promise you, you'll start to notice a difference in how you think and how you speak.
And we'd love to hear from you. Tell us in the comments which habit you're going to try first. Are you going to start talking to yourself in English? Or maybe you'll describe your day silently in your mind.
Yes, please share your experience with us. We read every comment and we love hearing your stories. Your progress inspires other learners too.
Before we finish, let me say this. Learning English is not just about passing exams or getting a job. It's about unlocking a new way of thinking, a new way of expressing yourself, and a new level of confidence.
That's so true, Mark. And thinking in English is the bridge that takes you from being a student of English to being a speaker of English. It's the difference between studying the language and living the language.
So don't give up. Don't feel discouraged if it's hard at first. Every fluent speaker started exactly where you are right now. The only difference is they kept practicing. They kept pushing through the awkward phase. And now speaking English feels natural to them.
And it will feel natural to you too. We believe in you. You have everything you need to succeed. You just need to trust the process and keep going.
All right, my friends, that's all for today's episode of Daily English Learn. Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
Remember, English is not just a subject, it's a skill. And like any skill, the more you practice, the better you become. So keep thinking, keep speaking, and keep learning.
Until next time, stay curious, stay confident, and keep practicing. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. See you in the next episode.